Oh, you didn't know? Oh, gas, no brakes with it. Good to see you, friend, brother.
Yeah, man. Yo, I just yesterday had my friend play The Lost and Damned for the first time, and I didn't know that the friend brother line was in the first mission.
How many times do I have to tell people this shit?
I
So
thought
many
it-
people ask me, where does the friend brother line come from? It comes from Billy in The Lost and Damned. It's a hilarious line. If no one has played this goddamn game, please go ahead and check out the DLC for GTA 4, The Lost and Damned. Friend brother is a line that will stay with you forever.
And don't skip no cutscenes.
Yo, you never, I'm sorry, the first time you play through a GTA game, don't you dare skip a cutscene.
Literally illegal. Literally illegal. My friend literally skipped the first cutscene. I was like, don't do that. Don't. I don't even know why the button exists for it's also the A button or the X on the PlayStation. I have no idea why they put that shortcut in there. Hopefully, like in GTA 6, you'll have to like hold fucking the worst button for like 30 seconds or something in order to skip, which I think they did in Red Dead Redemption, right?
Yeah, I think Red Dead was different. Again, we always forget, don't we, like the longevity of it all. Like the game came out so many years ago, like in regards to GTA 4. Back in those days, it was the simplistic thing of these people are eventually going to come back to this game at some point. They're going to play through it again. They're not going to want to sit here and watch the cutscenes constantly. So we've got to give them something to skip the thing. But unfortunately, now fortunately now it's completely changed because you can go through Red Dead the first time and you can't accidentally skip through a cutscene. But you've still got that option if you're going to run through it.
Yeah.
But like I say, back in the day, it would just, if your thumb accidentally slips, you're missing some shit. You're missing some context.
Yeah, that's the wildest thing. And there's a lot of memes on other games that, people regretting that they skip a cutscene. And for me, the reason I told my friend to play that game is because he's actually he drives motorcycles. And so I wanted him to show how kind of, not accurate the whole biker,
What did he make of it? What did he make of The Lost and Damned?
Well, he's only played like the first mission where you just shoot up some guys and you steal Billy's motorcycle back.
Okay.
But he thought it was super funny that, the biker gang kind of crashes into everybody equally as much as you do. Because they follow, like, your lead. So if you crash into a building, they're going to crash as well. And there's also a lot of verticality. Alderney, that's the place where they are at, right?
I think so. It's been a minute since I played that game,
Yeah, it's like the left island, right? And there's a lot of verticality there. So you can see these bikers, if you look behind you, just flying off everywhere. It's so funny. It's the best. Personally, I am now playing the Ballad of Gay Tony because that's my favorite, and every time I replay it, the more it's great. How familiar are you with that? Like,
yeah, I played them both. I've said this multiple times on the channel. When you look at GTA 4, the main story, obviously, with Nico was absolutely incredible, but they didn't need to go as hard as they did with the storylines in the DLCs, and they smashed it. GTA 4 was a massive success, not just for the story you got, but for the DLCs we got as well. All of it was just, when you really package it all together as one, it was brilliant. All three stories it told were absolutely fantastic.
It was amazing, man, and all the characters are so good. My favorite is Yusuf Amir, man.
Really?
He's so good. He's so good.
He is funny.
Yeah, and there's also like it's not only that he's funny, but he has like a story arc. You know the character, right? He's this guy he has all the money, but basically he has no friends. Nobody wants to be with him. Like even the hookers they're like, I'm on the clock. Like, let's do something, man. Stop dancing to this is Arab money, And then his father comes in. Yusuf not wearing any pants. And then at the end of the game, even though people are ripping Yusuf off and everything, because Luis Lopez has been so loyal to Yusuf is now loyal to Luis Lopez. He gives him the car, he gives him the golden Uzi, he gives him basically his way out. In the last mission, he helps Luis out. So it's super cool to see that even though Yusuf isn't really the most... he's very extroverted, but, he's kind of Drake, right? In the sense of he doesn't know who he is, so he just pretends to be whatever he is. That's why he's saying the N-word to Luis Lopez. He's just trying to befriend him, but in his own little crazy way. But then eventually you'll get to learn that he can be a loyal friend. So that's why I love Yusuf Amir as a character. Let's talk about GTA 6 because this is a GTA 6 podcast, huh?
Yeah, if we're like I say, if we're gonna transition over from GTA 4 to GTA 6, why don't we start with something that, like, this is something that we've been talking on this channel now for a long time in regards to GTA 6 and where they're going to go with it. The mentality around GTA 6 is obviously the big focus is going to be online. It's going to be focused on Rockstar's online modern engine. But if we focus on what we were talking about a couple of minutes ago in regards to GTA 4 with the DLC, the story-based players, the campaign cowboys, let's get amongst it because I need a question one time. GTA Infinity. In regards to the campaign, in regards to the story for GTA 6, what are your feelings towards them possibly giving us some story DLC? Do you think, friend, brother, they are going to expand on that story, or do you think they are going to shit can it for online?
Well, first of all, I love you, man. I'm smiling so much. I just gotta say, you're so entertaining without any fucking, like, you don't even realize how entertaining you are, man. That's why I love the live stream so much of you, because that's where I realized you're not playing it up for the microphone.
It pays to be a dick brain, brother. It pays to be an absolute wet one.
Yeah, and wet you are, brother. Okay, so story DLC. This is my theory, alright? I have a pretty well theory about this. I don't know if they're gonna do this. Yeah, let's skip that whole shit of we're just speculating. Okay, so this is my theory, right? GTA 6 comes out. At the top of the map, you have Mount Calagan. There's some type of border right there. You can see another island like Georgia or whatever, but it's more of a tease, right? It's not enterable until PC players mod the shit out of the game, right? My theory is, because we know that there's going to be Gloriana State, you have Liberty City teases, you have like this Arizona thing on the license plate and GTA 6 screenshots everywhere. So they're clearly teasing different, whether it's different islands or different extensions of the map. We've also seen the cruise ship. I've talked to Project Vice about this. Maybe we'll be able to travel to different islands, if they are islands, with cruise ships.
That'd be sick.
My thing is this. GTA comes out. You have Leonida. Cool. You have the story. Cool. I think online will come out like later than when it came out with GTA 5. GTA 5 was like 2 weeks. I think they're going to blue ball us again. Right?
Ooh, interesting.
Yeah. So that they have a little bit more time to make it really perfect.
How long do you reckon between the split is between story and online then?
I think a month or 2 months.
2 months, that'd be interesting.
Yeah.
So what, hold on a minute, so time-wise, the game comes out at the end of May, and then we go, so you reckon we go all of June without online, and they kick it in July?
I've never thought about it like that. And now that I think about it, they might even be worse, and they might even do like a fall release for online. So that you
that'd
have
be interesting.
A double dip. You know how they double dip, right? With PS4, PC,
oh,
PS5.
Shit, yeah, that's coming. That's coming with
so
GTA
now
6.
they double dip with story mode and then online mode, so that people are gonna, if they didn't want to play the story mode, they can now buy it for online, and they have like a cool little Christmas excuse to buy GTA 6.
Yeah, ramp up the excitement.
So yeah. That also gives them the time to fix any glitches, any bugs. YouTube is gonna go crazy with the glitches and bugs, exposing it. Rockstar devs are gonna have a field day for 6 months to fix all those things. So for the time that online comes out, it's all good. Now, why am I talking for like 4 minutes about all this shit when you ask me like, what are they gonna do with story mode? So I think every time they'll introduce a new island, a new map extension, we'll get a DLC story mode along with it to introduce us to that island.
Oh, that'd be so sick.
Indeed, that's my theory. So then you make the single player people happy because now you can explore a new island with a new story, new playable characters, not Jason, not Lucia. Maybe they'll go on vacation and it is Jason and Lucia or whatever. Depends on if they die or not. I don't think they're gonna die. That's my little theory. So you have Liberty City now, brand new, remastered, whatever, in GTA 6, right? And you have this new story within that city. And probably if you're gonna go back to older places, you'll have characters that you can reimagine for the GTA 6 kind of quality, right? So that's what I think. What do you think about that?
I really wish that I could be as positive as you are in regards to this video game, because everything you just said then not only makes sense to the fan base, but just sounds awesome. Like you said, every time we unlock a new part of the map, we get new stories. We get basically, it's a whole new, not exactly a whole new story, but like DLC, if that, like the story expansion itself. Again, that thing you said when you talked to what was it, Project Vice, about how you could travel from one map to the other with the cruise ships and stuff. That would be so sick. Obviously, the majority of us are going to skip that journey because being on a cruise ship for about the best part of 5 hours is going to be lame as shit. But the only thing, right, and this, again, you've seen me talk about this on live streams, you've seen me rant about it on videos. Unfortunately, I'm in the other side of the wheelhouse when it comes to Rockstar games. I think these brothers have shown their hand already. I think we've seen now what Rockstar's mentality is towards the Grand Theft Auto franchise, and unfortunately it is online. I've said the term shit canned a lot in regards to the story and the campaign of GTA 6. I don't think they're gonna shit can it entirely, but when it comes to expansion, I just can't get away from what they did to GTA 5. They just completely shit, I'm going to use it again. The shit can GTA 5 story, the shit can GTA 5's campaign. You take it back to the first DLC we were supposed to be getting with Agent Trevor. Once they realised online was the absolute mammoth that it was going to become, they crap-hauled that and they turned it into the Doomsday heist.
Yep.
So my mentality is, if you did that 13 years ago, what has clicked in your head to go, oh, well, we did that with GTA 5, but no, with GTA 6, we're going to bring it back to the fans. Like, we could make 10 times more money than we made with GTA Online, with the new GTA Online with GTA 6, but no, we're going to put the fans first. Like, nah, screw that. Unfortunately, I think the millionaires aren't thinking like that. I don't think Sam Houser is thinking like that, and especially don't think that Strauss, the bank check over at Take the Piss Interactive, is thinking like that. I think, unfortunately, now the fans come second in regards to the profit and the money margins. And obviously, it makes sense, because this is how these people become millionaires. It's how they become multi-millionaires. It's how Rockstar Games have elevated to where they are now. But again, if we tackle the whole thing like I brought up, like, what was it, like 5-10 minutes ago when I brought up the first topic to you in regards to where we see the DLC, the expansion of the story, I'm just worried that they're going to tell us one story in the campaign, and then they're going to cheeseball it to us and go, we're going to continue the story, but it's going to be online, and it's going to be through our online character, because that's what they want. They want you to hover around your online character because it keeps bringing you back to online, and that's where they promote the short cards. That's where they promote the microtransactions. That's where eventually they're going to start promoting Rockstar's online modding engine whenever it comes. They want you to get as far away from story mode as possible because they want to bring you into online, and the best way I think that they can do that is they bring in the campaign players as well. They bring in the campaign cowboys, and we all get amongst it together in online. And for me personally, it sucks a touch because MCT is a story-based guy. We've said this before. We know what time it is. And I'm not shitting on online. I really enjoy online. I still play online to this day. I think there's a lot of things they could have done differently. I think they've dropped the ball with it big time, especially after KO Perico heist. But obviously they've had bigger fish to fry. The main focus now has been on GTA 6, and that completely makes sense. But the thing that gets me about online is half the time it's Dust Bowl DLC. It's Dust Bowl updates for hardly any payoff. And then you got random ass cars that you wouldn't nick if they were on the street, but they're costing $1 million GTA dollars, and then you're doing a heist and you're barely coming away with $1 million. It's the constant grind. It's the constant grind in GTA Online to barely no payoff. Yeah. And this is why, unfortunately, though, the story mode players like us, we just want more story-based expansion, because we've seen that Rockstar can do it with GTA 4. They gave us 2 brilliant side stories in Lost and Damned and the Ballad of Gay Tony. They can do it. We've literally seen them. We witnessed it. But with GTA 5, we wanted it and we didn't get it. And with GTA 6, again, it sounds like you're a lot more positive than I am. I'm looking forward to this game regardless. I think it's going to be awesome. I think it's going to be a massive success. I would love what you said. The expansion, every time we unlock a new part of the map, we get new story. That would be sick. If they have to do it online, fair enough. I won't die on that hill. If they have to physically implement it online, I'm not saying just stick to story mode because you're a piece of shit. If they have to do it online, fair enough. But I'm just worried that they're going to do exactly the same thing they did with GTA 5. And I think they're just going to push story to one side once it's done. And I think we're going to start telling a new story and a new campaign. And it's going to be all online. And it's the way it's going. Yeah, that's all MCT's take, brother.
It really depends on what their plan is for GTA Online. So there's a couple of things that I can imagine the millionaires still being happy when you drop an online or offline single player DLC. First one is you have to just be a GTA Plus member and you can play it a month early, right? That's
Don't
one.
say that. Oh no.
Yeah, let's satisfy the a-holes for a quick moment, right? So that's one thing. Like, you have to pay $6 extra, and then boom, a month later it's in online and everybody can play it. Okay. Okay then.
Not to interrupt you, I just need to put this out as well. I'm not against them charging for DLC. Again, they charge people for the GTA 4 DLC. I'm fine with it. If they want to put story expansion in, I'm fine with paying it. But again, if they start, I've said this before on the channel, if they start implementing heavy GTA Plus, where you need GTA Plus and its exclusivity, and if the people on GTA Plus can play this a month early, that's going to suck balls. But again, I'm not going to throw you off. You get back to it, brother.
Well, the funny thing is, have you seen the little thing with the earnings call that they said, hey, GTA 5 all of a sudden has 5% more revenue? You know why that is?
Yeah.
It's because they put the Enhanced Edition out, and what does the Enhanced Edition has on PC?
GTA Plus.
The GTA Plus, boom, and everybody's like, whoa, how is this possible that they're making more money? Well, there's a lot of people on PC that decided, oh, you get one extra app on your phone in GTA, and you get $500,000 in GTA. That's a lot. That's nothing.
Yeah, that's it. But that's it. They dropped this stupid shit. We all saw that it was a GTA Plus plug. I mean, fair enough at PC players sound, but they've been enjoying service for years. But they ignore all this shit. They give us the numbers and go, oh, GTA 5 has done great numbers since the start of this year, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, but you're ignoring why. The PC extended and enhanced and bullshit version came out. But we won't mention that. No, we're just going to talk about the numbers. I'm glad you brought it up. I didn't listen to the earnings call because I knew we were going to get jack shit. And when I saw people talking about this, I saw people on Twitter trying to glom it up, saying, oh, GTA 5 hasn't lost it. No, they dropped a new version of it. Yeah, what are we doing?
You can now subscribe monthly. No ish that it's going to be $5-6 a month.
Yeah.
For, like, oh, man. Yeah, let's take a sip, man. Let's toast on that shit. Let's toast on GTA Plus, bro.
Too sweet, me good brother.
Also, one thing, look, you have roleplay now, so that's going to be a big money maker. The whole thing for me is there are potentials for GTA Online not to be a just grind fest for those whales that will always spend money, right? There is a window here with roleplay that the regular GTA Online could have, be not as like long. You know what I mean? You have to drive like 5 hours to pick up one thing in GTA 5, and then you get like $20,000 or whatever. Like, they don't have to do this in GTA 6. They've been talking about going to the Fortnite guys, the Roblox guys, like, hey, how are you making money? And they have user-generated maps and all that type of stuff. So maybe GTA 6 Online will have more of the creator part of it, not only races, but maybe also the introduction of mission creators, so that people can make the fun things themselves, and then they'll have an economy that's probably also bad, but at least the mini games are more fun to do, right? And they also introduce like mini golf, as we've seen. We'll have basketball and all that type of stuff. So I hope that it's just gonna be fun, and that because it's more fun than grindy, You know, there are always going to be people who are going to be paying in different types of ways, right? If you don't know, like Fortnite map creators get a portion of how much the map makes based on the player count. So people buy cosmetics with their famous V-Bucks. It's kind of a meme now, like buying V-Bucks. And it's like you can buy like a Sabrina Carpenter or whatever, or fucking Darth Vader, or the Ninja Turtles, whatever, right? Optimus Prime, whatever it is. And so you don't pay for money, right? So you pay for cosmetics. They could do the same in GTA 6. I'm not seeing that. I think you can just pay for like whitewashed money or whatever, or what is black market money. They're gonna do all that type of shit. But yeah, my kind of point is if they're smart about keeping the game fun and making a lot of money, then they will be able to have single player DLCs introducing the new map. Because and that's a question that I have, like if the way you're thinking about how GTA 6 Online is going, how would you think they would implement a new map? Like they just drop it with no like introduction to it, or how do you think they would do that? The pessimistic way, I mean.
Well, yeah, I suppose we're all hovering around the pessimistic way. I really don't know, because I'm not giving that much thought about it. I'm looking at it the way I'm looking towards Rockstar Games at the moment. I feel as though, you know, they could have done this shit with Red Dead 2. And because Red Dead 2's online didn't kick in the way they wanted it to, they got bored of it and they've come back to GTA 5 now. And obviously, again, the progression from Red Dead Redemption 2 was always going to be GTA 6. We all knew that eventually GTA 6 was coming. But I just feel as though, like, you've hit the nail on the head. You know, the mentality is around online, you know, and they are gonna implement that creativity tool with the fan base now. Again, they're going to bring the service to console. We all know what's going on. Again, I've said it a couple of times now, but Rockstar's online modern engine Rome is the future, I think, personally, not just of Grand Theft Auto franchise, but I honestly think Rome's going to be the future of gaming. I genuinely believe once console players get the opportunity to sit there and just play servers on GTA that maybe the mates have created or whatever, I think you're going to see it absolutely snowball. And like, say for example, would they do something similar to how they did with Cayo Perico, where there is a bit of a story, isn't there, in regards to Cayo Perico? When they dropped Cayo Perico, obviously we got a brand new heist, but you also get the backstory of, what was his name? Was it El Rubio?
Yeah, one of those rich island guy.
Yeah, so you get like a bit of a story like that, and obviously when the first time you actually play Cayo Perico, it's actually kind of like a decent DLC, because you've got to go to the island, you've got to scout it out. Obviously you've got to go with the DJs and stuff. English Dave is getting amongst it, and you know it's actually it's an enjoyable DLC. Even the first couple of times you play it. And the thing is, well, with Cayo Perico, again, I've shat on GT Online for a while now. I've said that they really could have done a lot more than what they did do with it. But Cayo Perico, the amount of different ways you can go around doing that shit constantly. The majority of the time I do Cayo Perico, I do the exact same thing over and over again, and it gets boring. So the thing is, if you're going to be positive about GTA and you're going to be positive about Rockstar Games, the one thing I will say, Cayo Perico, it has got a lot to it that you don't even. Yeah, it's actually awesome. And I feel like a shitheel because I have given it shit in the past, but it's absolutely awesome. So if they're going to do stuff like that with GTA 6, where if they are going to add a new location, or, you know, this part, like the northern part of the map is now going to be unlocked or whatever, and we get something similar to what they gave us with Cayo Perico, honestly, that's fine. I'm happy for that. The question then, I suppose, then hovers around that is, well, would you pay for it? Like you said before with the GTA Plus thing, if they do bring in some bullshit where GTA Plus players get this shit for free, whereas if you've not got GTA Plus, you've got to pay, I don't know, $20 or something for it. If I told you, when did Cayo Perico come out? Best part like 5 years ago or something now. If we're sat here now, 5 years removed, and you look back and go, Perico, I think
Cayo Perico is pretty small.
Yeah, no, Cayo Perico is small, like in comparison. But again, that was map expansion, wasn't it? That's the recent map expansion that we've got. If they were to do it on a much larger scale in GTA 6, and there was not just the one storyline, but we got a couple of side missions and stuff as well, and there's different stuff, I think I would happily pay for that because they're showing that they want to expand it for the fan base. But if it's going to be a case of we're going to unlock all the map in story mode and then that's it, like obviously what we got with GTA, well, saying that GTA 5's map wasn't really locked, but the point I'm making is if half the map is locked in story mode, you've got to play through the campaign. I would prefer that. We unlock the map through campaign. That's absolutely fine. I enjoy that because it means more people are going to be playing story mode. We're going to be able to play campaign a lot more. The focus is going to be on campaign a lot more. But then, if they're just going to drop expansion and then it's going to be the case of, oh, well, you can go to these different parts of the maps, but it's going to be, you have to have a GTA Plus subscription for it. I'm not really down 100% with that, but there's also something I've been hovering around for a little bit, and I don't know what the mentality is going to be like with the community around this, but because they're going to bring in the creativity tool, like you mentioned before, and we're going to have a lot more focus on people creating their own stuff, like they do with Roblox, like they do with Fortnite, is the mentality around Rockstar Games going to look at it and go, well, why should we do it? Why should we give them expansion? Why don't we focus on the community doing it for themselves? Because we know they're going to. Yeah. Is there a worry? Maybe worry is not the right term, but is there a possibility that Rockstar Games are looking at this and going, look, we're going to give these people the biggest map that they've ever had. They're going to enjoy it. They're going to play this game for ages. But in regards to the expansion themselves, we're going to give them the tools. We're going to give them basically the Rage engine to be able to create their own Liberty City, their own like versions of Chicago, whatever. And then the community is going to turn GTA 6 Online into this massive sandbox, into this Roblox, into this Fortnite, and they're going to create this stuff themselves. Like, is that a possibility? Is that an avenue we could be going down?
Yeah, so also to clear a little bit up about the GTA Plus membership, my thing was not that in order to play like the map extensions you need to have GTA Plus. It's more of like the first month of the thing releasing, GTA Plus members can use it, and then after that it's just free for everybody.
Yeah, like early access.
Yeah, early access, yeah.
Yeah. They can still shove that up their ass, by the way. I'm just going to put that out there.
Yeah. But also, like, that would be cheaper than $20 for the DLC, like, at all, in terms of single player. So, here's the thing, right? One thing that I'm a little bit concerned of when it comes to user-generated content is the shit posting, just because of money. Because you're gonna see, if this economy is gonna be based on user-generated content, if users are gonna get a percentage of the success of a certain mini game or map or whatever, you're gonna see what you'll see in every user-generated game, which is there is 1, 2, maybe 3 popular like game modes or things going on, and everybody's just gonna copy it over and over and over and over and over, and there's gonna be this clickbait kind of thing going on where everybody is trying to get as much money as possible, and it's going to be pretty miserable because there's going to be a million different things that are actually the same, right? In Fortnite, it is like red versus blue. I don't know if you ever played Little Big Planet on the PS3, but they had like this shark attack little thing. Those who know, they know. On Roblox, I have no idea because I don't play that, but it's also going to be some stupid little mini game, right? So then you shift the blame from, okay, Take-Two and Rockstar bad, to everybody is being greedy, trying to make money. So, in terms of making a map, I think it would be possible. I think it would not be deemed canon, obviously. But if they do it, I would imagine Rockstar is also gonna do it themselves. But then in addition to that, users can have their own little islands or whatever. I think that would be very possible. It's all dependent on that modding engine, right? The online modding engine, Rome. Like, how expansive is it going to be? How deep are you going to be able to get into it? And also, when it comes to roleplay, and my whole thing is always, how can Rockstar make enough money so that they can actually make fun things for the fans? That's why I always bring up, like, maybe we could pay for this or this, right? Yeah. Well, if they're going to make servers, they can, like in Minecraft, if you want to have a server, you need to pay some money, like monthly or whatever, to run the server, right? So they're going to have that probably in GTA 6 as well. Most of the players don't need to rent a server because they're on a server, so that's also kind of consumer friendly. And then the people who are running the server can advertise within the server and then make their own money with third-party shit, if that's even legal in the whole GTA agreement, right?
Yeah, they have to get around the legalities of it, wouldn't they?
Yeah. So I think that basically my point is they're gonna have enough ways to make money that are pretty creative, that are fan-oriented, and also a little bit annoying, but that's always gonna be the case, in order to have their own map extensions. Because I don't think like we have Rockstar India, those people get paid like $8 an hour, and they made the whole Vice Beach part of the game, right? So like the game is $1 billion, but they're gonna make that in like what, 5 hours when the game comes out.
Yeah, it's going to be an absolute shit show. These pricks are going to throw money parties like it's nothing. They're going to be wiping their ass with $50 cash checks, and they're going to be loving it.
Yeah, it's gonna be crazy. $50 is low, man. Like, what's the highest like dollar thing? 500 or something?
What, to wipe your ass with?
Yeah.
Oh, Strauss has been doing it with 500, couple grand here and there, like nothing. Probably just picks up a stack and goes, "Oh, I can't be arsed. There's no toilet roll."
There was this interview with Strauss on CNBC. And the interviewer really pushed him the whole interview. Do you play GTA 6? Have you seen anything? And Strauss straight up was like, I don't play video games, my brother. I don't play. I'm pretty open with my opinions, but no, I don't play. I saw the game and whatever.
Yeah, I saw that shit. Like, yeah, you said exactly what I was thinking. Then when I watched that shit, that reaction was, "What do you think I am, some kind of peasant? I ain't playing no video games."
I'm not a consumer.
Yeah.
You think I'm a consumer?
I'm a billionaire.
I'm too busy making morning routine workout videos for my family, bruh.
Yeah. He looked at that interview like a piece of shit. Then he was like, "What even are you saying? What is a video game?"
You know what's
all
funny?
he sees is money signs.
I don't know if you have watched more interviews with Strauss, right? I always, and if I'm wrong, right? But I just see in Strauss's eyes whenever somebody asks any question that's, off of the script, his eyes just look at that interviewer like, I'm gonna kill you, bro. I feel like he gets internally mad when somebody does something out of his expectation. It's really weird.
Like you say, you say the wrong thing, you're going to end up in a statistic, without a doubt.
Yeah, but it's so funny because he's the biggest GTA character of all of them, and he doesn't even play the game. He just does it in real life.
Can you imagine if GTA 6, like the final boss is literally Strauss, just on a plane, and you're going to like hunt the plane down?
Well, wasn't GTA, no, Red Dead Redemption 2, didn't that have a character that resembled like a real life Rockstar games?
Oh yeah, I can't remember who you're on about, but yes,
it was one of the gang members, right?
Was it?
I think so, and
yeah, I can't remember, but I know what you're on about.
Comments will save us with this one, but
yeah.
So, but overall, I think trailer 2 and the whole screenshots and everything, it really gave me a lot of faith, because when trailer 1 came out, everybody was hyped, and then we got 500 plus days of nothing, and the only fun thing that we could look forward to is either the earnings calls, where you just know, like, the businessman will lie, and you can say, well, it's illegal to lie in earnings calls. It's not. You can lie. You just need to use the right words for it.
Every second of every day.
Yep, and so the other moment to look forward to for GTA 6 news is a Strauss interview. Now, okay, cool. He's good with his words. It's interesting when he talks, but you can see through the business talk, right?
Of course you can.
So then you had the delay, which was even worse. You had the biggest crash out of everybody. It was absolutely amazing to watch. But then Tuesday came around, and you had the whole reveal, right? So I want to know, I've seen it live, but I want to kind of have your journey from that Friday through the weekend, to Tuesday.
People can go and witness the absolute catastrophe that happened on the channel, without a doubt. Seriously, whoever's listening to this right now, go and take an hour out of your day. Go to MCT's channel and just check out what we were saying over that weekend. Like GTA Infinity just said then, we had a crash out of the century over the delay. And then we literally sat there. When did the trailer drop, GTA Infinity? Was it Tuesday?
It was on a Tuesday, yes.
It was the Tuesday, right.
Shadow dropped.
No
one knew it.
Loved it.
Every GTA 6 channel saying that, bruh, I had a video scheduled for that day.
Really?
Saying we are not getting a trailer for 2 to 3 months.
Shit.
And before it went live, the trailer dropped and everything.
So you were close.
It's even worse. The day before the delay came out, my video was titled, that I uploaded that day, it was titled, "We're closer than ever for GTA 6 news." And then one day later, we'll get a delay. That's funny.
So you called it. Because the thing is, like, that's you. My content was on the other side of it. I said on the stream on Monday night, or it was a video I put out, whatever it was, I literally said, word for word, we're not getting anything in May. We're getting nothing, right? Strauss saw that and was like, well, I got something for you, little punk ass. And Shadow drops it.
How about fuck you?
Yeah, literally. No joke. He dropped it on me. And I said this when I reviewed it and I reacted to it. I said, look, someone over at Rockstar Games watches my channel. They saw me crash out and was like, right, this little punk's getting it. And they dropped it. So you're all, by the way, you're all welcome. You're all welcome. We got all this shit because douchebag over here just was giving it them both barrels. Nah, I crashed out heavy over that weekend. But again, for anyone that won't have watched it, I need to justify myself a touch. The crash out wasn't the delay because I was still on the fence that the delay was coming. I was convinced at the end of last year. I was telling people tongue-in-cheek that we were going to get delayed. Then when I saw the interview from Strauss 6 weeks before the delay announcement, that little weasel kind of convinced me a little bit that actually, you know what, they're still gunning for this year.
That
for
fucking
GTA 6.
smirk was stupid,
the smirk
bro.
got me. The smirk got me. It reeled me in.
The smirk.
So for the past sort of 5-6 weeks, whatever, I kept saying on live stream, I said, you know what, actually, I'm quietly confident that we're not going to get a delay. I don't think it's going to get delayed. Then it got delayed. My issue was, they've known about this for months. They knew that this thing was getting delayed towards the end of last year. And they let the community go through all this theory bullshit. They watch TGG get shit from the community because of all these hopium streams that he was doing. They let basically the community combust on themselves. And again, for the majority of it, we brought it on ourselves. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying it wasn't that. But just, this is your own community that you've built for all these years. And you screwed them for over 500 days, a year and a half. You gave us nothing. Didn't even acknowledge that the game exists. And then you just shadow drop it on us all. And yeah, again, the shadow drop was awesome. The trailer was awesome. The screenshots were great. The website, they gave us, I said this before, I'm going over old stuff now, but what they gave us, they didn't have to give it us all in the space of one day. They could have stretched that thing out for months. They could have given us the trailer. Then the month later, they could have given us the screenshots. 2 months later, they could have given us the website. But they dropped it all on one day.
Every week a new character or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Every week a new place. That's 12 weeks. That's 3 months of content every week.
Easily. So they could have raked us over the coals with that, and they haven't done. So again, shout out, and I respect it and I appreciate it. And I had to eat a massive slice of humble pie. But at the same time, I've said this and I will continue to say it. If I'm the one person stood in a field with the flag, I will continue to remember for a year and a half, these scumbags ignored us, laughed at us, because again, we saw the posts on Reddit, let's have it right. We saw that apparently there was devs laughing their ass off at all these theories and shit. And yeah, I know that a dev can't greenlight a trailer coming out. But this $1 million, billion-dollar company couldn't acknowledge to its own fans just a little bit earlier that literally, this is how much. See, you've got me going now, brother. This is how much this company cares about its own community and cares about me and you right now, right? They waited until there was 2 weeks left before they had to officially say something in that earnings call.
Yep.
That shows how little they care about you. We are nothing but a dollar sign to these pricks. They waited over 500 days, a year and a half. They didn't acknowledge the game existed. They saw everyone making shitpost after shitpost, the videos, the live streams, everything, and they were laughing at all of us, right?
Yeah,
and then they wait until it was Thunderdome.
Yep.
I call it how I see it. Bullshit.
And also, usually, we would be the first one to say, yeah, get your bag, it's all fun, but this game is going to be successful anyway.
Yep.
So that's the whole thing. And I just scrolled up to our little communication thing where we talk. And at the day of the delay, I sent you a message saying, can't wait for you to crash out on a GTA 6 delay. And your reply was, brother, it's coming.
I think everyone knew it was coming. Everyone knew it was coming. Again, like I said, I didn't crash out at the delay because it was delayed. I think a lot of us...
Yeah.
I think when you look back at a lot of reaction from a lot of YouTubers and a lot of content creators, a lot of people weren't really like shocked, like stunned, like, oh my God, I can't believe it's been delayed. I think secretly a lot of us were kind of, even if we didn't want to admit it, it was still there. A lot of us, when we saw that thing had been delayed, for the first couple of minutes or so, I think a lot of us looked at it and was like, yeah, checks out.
Fair play.
We thought it were going to come. But again, it's just the absolute horseshit of a year and a half of nothing, no acknowledgement, nothing for the fans at all. And then you come into the start of this year when you know that people are expecting the game to come out because you've put fall 2025. You know that people are expecting it to be the year of GTA because we all coined that phrase ourselves. And in January, you had them pulling fan-made projects.
Yeah.
Liberty City Preservation Project got pulled down. A free fan-made project got pulled. What was it? What was the Liberty City Preservation Project possibly hindering towards GTA? And again, people I can hear you, Karen. You're typing in the comments now. Oh, well, they're bringing GTA 4 Remaster out. Right. Liberty City Preservation Project coming out in January. If they drop GTA 4's Remaster at the end of this year, trust me when I tell you, brother. Trust me when I tell you, Chief. There is not going to be a single weasel that is going to choose to play the Liberty City Preservation Project on the day of release of GTA 4's Remaster over Rockstar's GTA 4 Remaster. It's not going to happen. So that wasn't hindering Sale 1. Wasn't hindering any penny 1 at all.
It would have been
Rockstar
free
games.
marketing.
Yeah, exactly. They could have kept it up. Someone in the comments right now, give me a genuine reason why Rockstar Games had to get the Liberty City Preservation Project pulled. It was a free, fan-made project, and it was hindering nothing. I saw the only thing that I will say, I did see that apparently they'd put copyrighted music in. Now, that's a dumbass move. You even I wouldn't do that shit, and I'm thick as pig shit. You pull that shit.
You actually fat? I didn't know that.
Hey, brother, I'm 6'2" and I'm 200 lean. But you don't, the project itself, it might be me on my own, but I don't see that project, I don't see that mod hindering anything around Rockstar Games, especially around a GTA 4 remaster. So I thought it was bullshit. And then obviously we get delayed, and then obviously they drop the best day in Rockstar Games history was on that Tuesday. And again, we've all got to shut up and we've all got to eat humble pie.
Yeah, the thing that I'm not really a negative guy. I like to be positive, especially in the videos. And you know, I'm kind of the opposite of you, where I break down every little single thing that doesn't really matter.
Oh yeah, and you've got to stay that way, by the way. Don't do what I'm doing because you won't get out alive. It's absolute. What I do is horse shit.
Yeah, I want to keep the comment section positive, so that's what I'm doing. But the one thing that I was like, so this was a lie, is when Strauss is saying that, you know, bullish of, well, our marketing is gonna start closer to release, relatively closer to release. Normally, it was like 5 months. Everybody was like, okay, so 5 months is gonna be the close to release, right?
Yeah.
They delay the game. So it's over a year away, and they give us this, which is, instead of 5 months, it's now a year earlier. Now, obviously, you can cope and say, okay, this is a apology for the delay, and thank God we got it. I'm very happy with it. As you know, it's the best thing that ever happened to the fans. They blue-balled us for over 500 days, and then they let us come, and now we're dry down there, right? So that's great. No post-nut syndrome, nothing, right? So that's beautiful. But one lesson that we should have learned by now, and it's weird because we have to keep kind of reporting on it because technically it's GTA 6 news whenever these earning calls or whatever are going on. But we shouldn't believe anything that these people are saying. We should only believe it when Rockstar is posting something like the delay. That's news. Okay, it's confirmed. It's coming from Rockstar. We have the trailer coming from Rockstar. By the way, where were you when you saw the thumbnail for the first time? And what was your reaction? Did you do that live?
Thumbnail for what? The
Trailer
trailer
2, like so many minutes ago. Boom. Trailer 2.
Like the first time I actually saw the thumbnail.
Yeah.
I was knocking about. I was doing some shopping, and then I saw that my phone was popping off because obviously I've got notifications for Rockstar Games. I had notifications for a couple of content creators on Twitter, and literally in the space of like 2 minutes, my phone was just constantly like bang, 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 bang. And I couldn't get to the first notification from Rockstar because Rockstar Games was the first notification and it was at the bottom of the notification list. So I saw loads of people like starting to put out memes, starting to put out tweets and stuff. I'm like, what the hell? Like, I couldn't grasp what was going on.
Yeah.
But because I was out and about, I didn't have time to actually scroll down to the bottom. So I'd seen the notifications, but for the first couple of minutes, I couldn't do anything about it. So eventually, I opened my phone, I went on Twitter, and that was it. I saw Thunderdome was going down. I saw that the chaos was kicking off. And immediately I was like, holy shit, titties. I need to get home as fast as I can. No joke, literally. I had bags in the hand and I was sprinting. Where we are, we have a nature reserve, and MCT was gunning it, brother. I'm talking hauling ass. I was leaving dust, man. I was Linford Christie. I was Usain Bolt, knees up, and we were sprinting. Yeah, where were you?
You know when you're just doing nothing and you just refresh YouTube just for no reason?
So you had your dick in your hand. Yeah, I get it. We've all been there.
Well, then I would be refreshing Pornhub. But this time I was doing YouTube.
So you were actually in a prime, all jokes aside, you were actually in a prime position there. When this shit dropped,
yeah,
you were ready to go.
It was 7 minutes ago. And I had a live stream scheduled for 2 days later on Thursday. And I was like, well, the trailer is online. Holy shit. And I was like, let me figure out how to live stream. And so I did my live stream. And yeah, you can see my reaction throughout the whole thing. The funny thing is, when trailer 2 dropped, I clicked on it. I immediately knew it was real for some reason. Also, for some reason, it was exactly what I hoped it would be, and more. So that's kind of weird. The music, there's something about the music that I thought it was absolutely perfect, like how like synthesizers, because it's kind of Vice City. You have the trumpets because the first GTA 5 trailer has that beautiful orchestral little thing. It's catchy. It was perfect. So I started live streaming. I clicked on the video. Before I played it, I went to the Rockstar site and it was down for like a couple minutes. Right. So I was like, I don't know. I just didn't think anything of it, right?
They literally broke the internet then by the sounds of it.
Yeah. Well, I was surprised that I think the website was down to update it and not necessarily for so many people to be on there that it's kind of DDoS, right? Because
right.
I'm surprised the servers of the website was still fast and beautiful and with the scrolling thing and that stuff. So I did the whole trailer breakdown live, and then I just clicked on the website again after, and that was the most fun part because we have the trailer. We're super happy. Trailer 2. When I was that whole live stream, I had like 6 times where my mind just blew of realization. Like, we finally got trailer 2. How many times have we talked about where's trailer 2 now? How many times?
Yeah.
It's absolutely insane. The amount of emotions, everything. And these developers, it's so crazy that this was kept a secret. So much of it. We've seen a lot of new stuff that we didn't see from the leaks. We've seen a lot of stuff from the leaks that we haven't seen in this, which is curious. We don't know about some other potential things. I won't get into it because I know you didn't watch the leaks. You're not really want to be spoiled, so I respect that. So there's still more to come, but it was just amazing, man. And yeah, I had the opportunity to immediately go and live stream. Yeah, you just don't expect it. it was crazy. Like, Project Vice was driving in his car. Trailer 2, he also, got uploaded while he was driving, so he had to pull over again for this trailer. And I don't know where Cyberboy was at. I think he was live streaming as well, I think.
I'm not going to say it. It's not bad, but I know where Cyberboy was. I know what he was doing at the time. Yeah, that was catastrophe. Put it that way.
So
I'm not going to go into it. That's that brother's story, but yeah, that was a
yeah.
timing.
So he had to go to his setup later on and then go live for the breakdown and stuff. Yeah, okay. I'm curious, but that's going to be a fun story.
You'll have to ask him.
Yeah, whenever after. So really nice. And also shout out to Cyberboy. He gave me a lot of great advice, and yeah, it's a super nice guy. Also Project Vice. I don't know if you've talked to him much, but he's also super cool, man.
Oh no, two awesome content creators.
Yeah, man, really helping everybody out. Let's see, is there anything else we got to talk about before we go?
So off the top of the dome, I'm trying to think. Obviously, we've talked about the thing is that we could pull apart trailer 2, but it's been done. You know, we've had 2 weeks now of people pulling apart every pixel of trailer 2. So trailer 2's done. We've talked about the possibility of like GTA 6 and the online stuff. I don't really know. If there's anything you can think of, then we'll get amongst it.
Well, what about mini games and stuff that you want to see? Because I'm sure you have been scrolling through the website as well. I think that one is kind of just as exciting as the trailer. Just looking at all these screenshots and every introduction of the character. Really fun that they just not only put some screenshots in, but they introduced everybody. They showed them what kind of character they have, what kind of personality they have. And one thing that I'm very curious about, like my favorite kind of characters that I'm looking forward to is the real dimes. Those two crazy, like obnoxious, like female artists, right? Who are just super fun. You have Roxy and Bay Lux, which also was featured on trailer 1, and they got a complete overhaul design, just like that one other guy in trailer 1 that dabbed this other guy up. There's a screenshot of.
Oh yeah, the real dimes, like you say, you compare them to trailer 1 to trailer 2, they look so much better.
So yeah.
But what about this? What if we sign off with this? Let me ask you a question to end this shit. Predictions on the story, because we've got Raul Batista, we've got Brian, like you said, we've got the real dimes, we've got Titty Mike, and we've got Priest. Obviously, we've got Jason and Lucia as well. I want your prediction to end this podcast. What do you think the story is going to give us? Where do you reckon we're going to go in regards to the story? And everyone is hovering around Jason or Lucia, either working with the feds or being an undercover fed. So lay it all out, brother. What am I going to get in regards to the campaign?
Oh man, there are so many theories, man. I've made a lot of like theory videos that are contradict each other because, you know, there's different theories out there. Raul Batista has a side chick. That's that muscled lady in the scene in trailer 2 where Lucia is fighting some muscled lady on like a plane. Have you seen that little shot?
I got confused with that because the muscle chick, when I watched that the first couple of times, I didn't clock on that it wasn't Lucia. I genuinely thought that was Lucia kicking the shit out of someone. I didn't realise it was the other way around.
Yeah, she was at the bottom, Lucia.
Yeah. That's a good shout then. And she what? So she reckons she's sucking off Raul Batista?
Lucia or the Abby from Last of Us 2, yeah. So I think that Raul Batista and the muscle chick are kind of what Jason and Lucia aspire to be, but also see how, like, you know those stories when you have kind of an equivalent, but you see that it's the worst version of what a person can be.
Yeah, similar to Dutch in Red Dead.
Yeah, so I think it's a little bit like that. One thing also, like, I had a theory of Jason wouldn't be able to live up to what Raul Batista is, and so he gets jealous or whatever. For some reason, I feel like Jason and Lucia are gonna be loyal throughout the whole story to each other. Which might be a super bad take.
We get that vibe.
Like, but, and there's also kind of a leak thing, but players might, you and I, when we play, there is no doubt we can just go to the script club and cheat, right? Like,
liquid ass and titty.
so maybe where you have the good honor or bad honor system, what's it in Red Dead Redemption 2?
yeah.
You have like a trust meter or whatever.
Shit, I didn't even think about that.
And so, you know how people always talk about with GTA 4 doing it the best with Nico's story, where you have a little bit of a decision that you can make sometimes,
Yeah.
and that impacts the story. Red Dead Redemption did that, but dynamically throughout the whole story. As you are killing people, that little meter goes to the left or to the right. I think it would be the same with Jason and Lucia, but based on, you know, cheating and trust and hooking up with people and that type of stuff.
I didn't even think about that. That's such a good shout.
Yeah. So depending on if you're a cheating, lying son of a ish, I don't know why I sometimes don't curse and sometimes I do, by the way. Doesn't matter. But yeah, I think that will impact the ending of the story. And maybe also like the climax of Act 1, Act 2, Act 3, like something like that, right? So I think that that would be the case. If you have a dynamically altering story given your actions, it's different to predict a story because there's going to be different storylines, right? What I will say is I think it's going to be super fun to have this whole chemistry of seeing what it's like to go in the studio with artists and stuff and go to the strip clubs and kind of see what the underworld of that is like. And I'm gonna love seeing the jiggle physics and everything like that. That's gonna be super dope. It's man, bruh, you already know that the hub is gonna be stupid when that game comes out for no reason.
Christ. It's gonna be just a sea of hot coffee.
Disgusting. When mods come out, PC come out.
Oh my god.
Hentai is gonna blow up even more. It's crazy, bro. And I'm not into that shit. It's weird. But what do you think the story is gonna be?
I'm similar. When I clocked on something you said about 5 minutes ago when you started all that, saying that you've got multiple theories that sometimes contradict each other. I'm very similar, but the one thing that I am hovering around, I feel as though Jason and Lucia obviously are going to be the main focal point of the story, which obviously we all know about the Bonnie and Clyde shit. I think they're going to be involved in this gang that Raul Batista runs, by the sounds of it, with She-Hulk. But I think on the other side of the fence, you're gonna have his relationship with Brian, and obviously Brian's the drug smuggler. So I think my theory is, and again I could be completely in the weeds with this, but I think Jason is going to have Brian and Cal and the drug smuggling on one side, which he's been doing for a long time, probably longer than he's been doing with Lucia and Raul Batista. And then on the other side, he's obviously met Lucia, he's in love with her, she's involved in this gang with him, and there's going to be a split in the story where Brian wants Jason to pick Brian and Cal over Lucia and the gang, and then it's the other way around as well. Lucia is basically saying to Jason, if you trust me and you want to be with me, then you have to choose to help me get out the gang. And I think it's all going to come ahead to a point where you either choose, if we're going to get that option at the end of the game like we get with the majority of GTA games, the option's going to be, do we choose to run with Brian and Cal and the drug smuggling stuff and we basically screw over Raul Batista, or do we basically, I don't know what the other option would be, but basically I think the mentality is going to be Jason and Lucia want to get out of the gang, and it's either do we go and help out Brian, or do we leave it all entirely and like maybe literally the game ends with Jason and Lucia leaving and going to Liberty City, because again we've got the nod in the character profiles where Lucia and her family originated from Liberty City, so there's a possibility that could bring us to Liberty City, because again people talk about the Liberty City license plates. I don't know, but that's where my head is at the moment with the story. I think it is going to be that split between Brian's drug smuggling and Raul Batista's like heist gang, and I think we're going to see sort of the trust interweave through that shit. And again, there's also one thing in regards to the undercover Fed shit. I've not really gone off the deep end with Jason being an undercover cop and stuff, but the point that I will make, and I saw this on Reddit a couple of weeks ago, and not a lot of people talked about it, and I think it's the best point to make. They literally can't make Jason or Lucia an undercover Fed, because if you're then going to go to the beach and just go down an absolute massacre path and just take heads off shoulders for the next 5 minutes and get a 6-star wanted level, it makes no sense. At all. I don't care what you say. I don't care if you say, oh, it's just a video game. It makes zero sense. So I think the way to get around that, if the corruption in the police department is involved with our story, which obviously it is going to be, I'm leaning more towards Brian is working with, like, Brian's an informant. I think Brian is going to be working behind the scenes with the police, with the feds, and I think Jason is eventually going to find out. And again, that could be the split. Like, do we basically screw over Raul Batista and the gang because Raul Batista's taking too many chances, again, like it said in his character profile, or do we screw over Brian and the police? Or is there a third option where we screw them both, and very similar to GTA 5, where then we get out alive? I don't know, but that's where my head's at the moment with it.
Yeah, the very curious thing for me is that Cal Hampton and Brian obviously are Jason's friends, right? They're connected to Jason. You see it in the screenshot. They're all together. Raul Batista, you don't see him near anybody in the screenshots. There's only this one moving screen, the scroll screenshot as I call it, where you have all the police cars and the gun muzzle flashes sparkling off the thing, and you can see it's either Lucia and Jason, or it's two random people, and one of them is She-Hulk. As you said, but I think it's gonna be Jason and Lucia. One theory
it did look like Jason and Lucia.
They have the same bags as when they're in the trailer with the red stuff in the background. So yeah. So you're saying Lucia's kind of mission giver is going to be Raul, and then Jason is going to be Brian and Cal and that type of stuff, right?
Yeah, and then, possibly.
Like the whole Dre and Booby and the Real Dimes thing is going to be... I don't know even what that's all about. My theory is then for that you might have a third protagonist that's also intertwined in that stuff.
Possibly. I think, I'm glad you brought that up actually, I think that is going to be a possible avenue for Jason and Lucia to get out of the games that they're in now. Again, if they want to get out of the drug smuggling with Brian, and they want to get out of the heist running with Raul Batista, because again, we saw it in the trailer, Jason looks like he's going to be with, what was his name, was it Priest, for a couple of missions at least. Yeah, exactly. If there's a chance where Titty Mike, I know he's Booby Ike, but I call him Titty Mike, my brother. Titty Mike, Priest, and the Real Dimes are actually starting to trend on TikTok or whatever the piss take social media platform is going to be in GTA 6. And if they're going to start making money and Jason and Lucia can help them and do missions for them, is there a possibility it ends where we choose them over Brian and Raul Batista? Because again, if that's going to be the legitimate money side, is that the avenue that could go down?
Could very much well be. And it's funny that you call Booby Titty, because let me just ask you, I'm not going to say anything about the characters from that leak, but I want to tell you one just name alone. It's just 3 letters. It's one name of one character in the leak. You want to know or not?
Oh, in the leaks?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, go on. Yeah, you
so
can tell
one
me
of
that.
the characters in that strip club is literally called Tit.
No,
so you have
not.
Booby and Tit.
No, he's not.
So a lot of these characters are just named by sexual shit. Yeah, and that's why I think that GTA 6, I have zero doubt that this game is gonna be great.
Oh yeah,
and that's probably the best way to leave it. We've had enough evidence that this is gonna be such a cool, fun story. Rockstar still has it. All the doubters can go and shove it. And yeah, man, I cannot wait for this game, and it's gonna be a while before I'm gonna make videos about Where's Trailer 3, because there's so much still to analyze and stuff.
Oh, yeah, right about.
Yeah, give me your last words. Where can we find you? People already know, but still, where can we find you? And what kind of plans do you have planned for the future of your channel and what you're gonna do?
Oh, brother, if anyone wants to find me on YouTube, just search McTannen and let's get amongst it. We do live streams Mondays, Wednesdays and Fridays. We throw up videos. Like I say, we're just an absolute ball bag. In regards to the future of the channel, I've mentioned it a couple of times. I don't want to make a big deal out of it, but old MCT is going full-time with YouTube at the end of this month. So, yeah, appreciate it, brother. Yeah, so it's going to be sick. But again, the good thing is for the community as well, that just means even more content. We are trying our best at the moment to put up at least daily content. But this is literally going to be it now. Between Monday Monday to at least, or maybe Tuesday, because obviously we won't go through Monday now, but well, Tuesday through to Sunday, you could get content every single goddamn day. So again, if you want to hear me talk absolute bollocks, come ahead and check us out. And GTA Infinity, I just want to say again, I appreciate you for having me on the podcast, brother, and we are definitely going to do this shit again.
No problem, man. I love talking to you. You're the most entertaining GTA 6 YouTuber of all. And I love the crash
Give me
outs.
that positivity on a Wednesday.
Yeah,
I love
man.
that shit.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna inject some more positivity in you because you are pessimistic as fuck, brother. And and that's why we're such a great duo, because we're kind of the yin and yang of this shit. So that's why I love talking to you so much, and also talking inside your chat when you're live, always there, almost always. So.
You are every single time. I appreciate it.
Yeah, man. So thank you for being here. Thank you for coming on. And as well, I cannot wait to see what you're going to do in the future with the daily videos. I'll watch all of them. And thank you so much for coming on, man.
Nah, I loved it. And also as well, if you're going to kiss my ass, I'm going to kiss your ass as well. Brother, you are absolutely smashing it. You go on your channel, the past 2 weeks, the numbers you're doing are absolutely ridiculous. I was nowhere near when I started out this channel. I was nowhere near the level that you're at already. You're absolutely smashing it. Keep up with it. You can already see the reaction from the community. You're killing it. You're absolutely killing it.
Thank you so much, man. So go ahead and subscribe to McTannen. How many subscribers do you have now?
We're just over 9,000 now. What is it, like 9.1 or something? So yeah, we're getting there. We're getting there.
Okay, so subscribe. We try to get McTannen to 10 bazillion, gazillion, terazillion subscribers, man. That's what we're gonna go for. Thank you guys for watching as well. And I'm sure everybody's gonna have theories and talking about what we talked about in the comments. So I'm very curious to see that. And see you guys next time. Bye bye.